So as you can see, we're back on YouTube, and this video, as you guys saw from the title, it's going to be about college and my first experience, my first year, and how everything went. What we're going to do, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so let's start off by talking about my expectations of college, because those were really out there. Like before I came into college, I just had these thoughts about how it was going to be really cool, how I was going to make all these friends, how it was going to be a new environment. I just came with so many high expectations, and I feel like that's what really brought me down, because I just thought it was going to be all fun and games, like it was going to be great, the best time of my life. And for those of you that are watching or know me, you know that wasn't really the case. It's like, when I first got in here, I was just so full of energy. I was talking to everybody, interacting with so many people, but I wasn't getting that same feeling reciprocated. And that really messed me up, because I thought, oh, maybe there's something wrong with me or what. But I figured that just wasn't the case, and I didn't want to bring myself down, and so I just kept trying. And eventually I just kind of quit trying to make friends or whatever, because nobody would reciprocate the same amount of energy or even make an attempt to actually have a conversation. Which is kind of like, yep, yeah, okay, cool, yep. Or they just get on their phones, and maybe it wasn't that they didn't want to talk, it was just maybe they were just distracted by their phones, or they just, when they're in class, it just kind of grind. But I don't know. So yeah, that was one of the letdowns as well. And then living in the dorms, like I was so excited, because you look at all these movies and all these TV shows, and you just see these spectacular dorms, like they're decorated really nicely, like they look clean. Of course, some of them, they make them look all nasty or whatever, and it's typically just because they're showing guys that are living there. But I just came with these high expectations, the ones that they showed you on the campus tours. They just look so spectacular, they're so nice, they're so clean, and those were the ones that I wanted. But when I got to the school and moved in, it was just not what I expected at all. It was really gross, and there was a lot of bug problems. Like, I know this one girl, and maybe it was over exaggerated, I don't know, but this one girl had to be hospitalized for having a lot of spider bites. And I just hate fucking bugs. Like, I just hate them with all my passion, so that really didn't make it good. And in my dorm, we had a similar issue, but with like little tiny fucking flies, and it wasn't like we had fucking fruit or a bunch of food out there. It was just, they were all just coming in. They just lived in there. And then the ceiling was also caving in. So that didn't make it better. So it was just like kind of not a good experience. Like it's just, humans are social creatures. They're creatures that, need interaction. They need to be around people. Even if you are an introverted person, like you still need to have that, like maybe not handful of people, but those few people who you just kind of talk to, or you're just kind of like, yeah, like they're there. Like, maybe your parents, your siblings, cousins, a really close friend or a roommate. You kind of need those people to be around, because next thing you know, like you're like really depressed, you're down, and you let go of all your beliefs and just have this like really these negative thoughts that life is completely meaningless. And that's what happened to me. Like, I'm a really extroverted, outgoing person, so going into this, it was just really strange to just kind of be by myself most of the time. And of course I had like a few friends there, but like I was expecting to make a lot more. I was expecting to make like new friends from different areas, but like I said, no one was reciprocating that energy or trying to. It was really strange. I don't know why, but I just got in this weird mindset, like really depressed, and like I said, like being alone for such a long time, eating alone and just not really doing anything, just going to class, going to the dorm, and then going home like that. I just felt useless, really. Like I wasn't doing anything that I wanted to be doing that first year. And so that really got me down, and it got to a point where I was just really nihilistic, like extremely nihilistic. Like I was like, nothing matters, I don't matter, you don't matter, like this is pointless, you're pointless, like why are we even doing this, blah blah blah. and it was really bad. And so eventually, um, like there were days where I was like in my car and just like crying because I was super emotional. I didn't know what to do. I felt so alone. I didn't really have the experiences that I wanted to be doing. Didn't have a lot of friends to interact with, and I feel like this is a part of college that people don't really talk about, and that was one of the main reasons that I wanted to make this segment, so to say, about college, because typically all you hear is, oh yeah, college is great, college is fun, partying, blah 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 blah, but nobody talks about the parts where they're emotional, the negative sides of college. And I feel like that's something that we need to talk about and address, so that people know that these things can happen and that you're not alone. And so, when all that happened, I just felt like it was only me. But as you go around talking to people and, they actually want to share things with you, you learn that some of them are feeling the same way. The only thing they really talk about is being homesick, and they'll have, people that you can talk to for that, but nobody talks about, actually feeling alone and feeling depressed. And of course, there's, flyers, they're like, oh yeah, mental awareness, blah, blah, blah. And it just feels like they just throw it out there, and it doesn't feel like they really offer the help or give you the tools, not necessarily going to a therapist, but just kind of giving you a list, so to say, of different things you could do, things like that, to just get out of that rut, because that can really bring a toll to you. And eventually it did get better for me. Around finals in December, I did get a lot better. I felt more energetic. I was still pretty nihilistic, but I was just doing all this research and stumbled upon what was it? Optimistic nihilism, and it's the belief that everything is meaningless. I'm meaningless. You're meaningless. This cup is meaningless. My degree is meaningless. Life is meaningless. But because it's because of that, we have the choice to give it meaning. Even though we're already here, nothing matters. We're literally a tiny fucking speck in this big ass fucking galaxy. So let's just make the best of it, let's give things meaning. At the end of the day, they're not going to have any, but we're giving it the power to us that it's going to help us and help us strive for a better life and reach our true potential. And so I did that, and before that, the reason that it got better was because I got this internship at college with painting. And essentially what it'd be is I'd be running my own business, so to say. I'd be a branch manager running a painting business. And, I felt really proud of myself, because there was a lot of people that applied and not a lot of people got it. And it was a 5-step interview. And I did my interview with the main dealer. It was the president or something, the vice president of the company, or this region. I don't remember. But, I felt really proud. And once it started, it was just strange, because I had, like I said, I had all these expectations. And, we had a teacher, so to say, someone that would help us if we had questions, if we needed help or whatever. And I felt like the person that was in charge of our group that was going to help us wasn't really giving us the tools that we needed. And so I addressed that person. I was like, hey, I've noticed that a lot of us are having difficulties, and we're all having the same issue. And I just feel like you could work on something yourself. You could improve this part or improve that. And instead of having oh yeah, let's learn from each other. Let's see how I can be better to make you better. And I did this because I wanted them to understand, hey, if we're not doing good, you're not doing good. And if you're not doing good, it doesn't look good on the president, the person that's higher above you. And like I said, if we're not doing good, the interns, if we're not doing good, you're not making money. And if you're not making money, that person above you isn't making money, and that's not good for anybody. So that's why I addressed this. It was more kind of from the company. I didn't want it to break down and just be worthless. And so I said that, and in response to that, I said it really calmly, really friendly. And in return, I got, oh, you're a fucking disappointment. You're not going to do anything in life. You're the only one that's having this problem. Nobody else complains. Nobody else this and that. Your disappointment going to be a disappointment in life, in the business world, and in school. And that just wasn't the case because I was talking to the other interns and they had similar problems. And so, like, that really brought me down, and I quit that internship that day, actually. And again, I was in that rut. And eventually, like, I just somehow managed to just get out of that, and that's when college started being better. I didn't have all these high expectations. I still had the problem of not having a lot of friends in school, but it did get better because I didn't have these expectations, these really, really high expectations. And I feel like just thinking about everything now, that's probably where I messed up. Like, if I may, like, it's okay to have expectations, but I feel like if you have your expectations are too high, that's when things can go bad. Because you like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna be happy all the time. I'm gonna be happy 24/7 and have a load of friends. I'm gonna get good grades every semester. I'm gonna be friends with the teachers. I'm gonna do so much. I'm gonna be traveling, blah blah blah. And I feel like if you're not realistic in a sense, then it can bring you down because you're not really doing what you said you were doing. Like, recently, I looked at this video online, and it was Jordan Peterson giving a speech, and he was talking about how we all talk about how we have this life that we want, but we don't really work for it. Like, we don't even give 50%. Like, we say, oh, I want to finish this and this and this and this, and then we don't do it at all. Nothing. And he said, like, even if we tackle at it, like 50%, you can do everything you want. So, like, if in the beginning of the day you make a list of the things you want to do, you can and will get them done. So, like, if you have, like, school, you say, oh, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to study for an hour, I'm going to play video games, I'm going to work on a book if that's what you're doing, go to the gym. And if you have that list, then you can do it. And as long as you do it, if you tackle at it at 50%, then that's better than not doing it at all. Because he also stated that a lot of us, and I've done it too, we just sit around on Netflix, on YouTube, and just watch for hours and hours and hours. And like, it's okay to watch Netflix, it's okay to watch YouTube, but in a good amount. Some advice for people who are about to go into college in the fall, I'd say have expectations, but don't make them be super high. Like, if you're a person who procrastinates a lot, you can't really get motivated to do things. Just kind of make a list, make a list of the things you want to do, and not necessarily tackle them at 100%, because if you already have this really dreadful, melancholy feeling inside you, it's better just to do things at a rate that you can actually get them done. So maybe if you have a lot of homework, maybe not tackle it like for hours and hours and hours, but maybe spend 2 hours in one period, and then go do something, go maybe watch a video, get a snack, and then come back like an hour or two later and just keep working. Or go to the gym, things like that. And, like, if you go to the gym, maybe not go hard for like 3 hours, but start off with something small. Remember, like, if you get in this rut, like, there's people out there, even though they're not there, maybe, you still have, like, your parents. If you don't have your parents, you have siblings, family members, a close friend from high school. And schools also offer therapists. And, like, I myself went to a therapist at the school, and it really helped me get out of this negative mind state. So don't feel ashamed if you have to do that. Like, use these resources that they're giving you to help you get out of this rut. And eventually, like, you will get better, and life will get better, and you'll have a good college experience. And sorry for getting really off topic there and everything, but yeah, like, I just want to make this video to help everybody out, to tell people like how my experience was, and just kind of let you guys know how I'm living. And so yeah, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll have more videos coming out soon. So yeah, thank you for watching.